Hello everyone, Shroomraver here, and today I'm excited to be bringing you, finally, my Week 9 game from the PPL. Yes indeed. Now I know, it's been years since I uploaded this. Obviously Sun and Moon is coming out very soon, so I'm going to try and get through these games as quick as possible. We've got this game and 2 more to come. One of those battles has taken place, the other one has not yet, but we're going to see what we can do. But main thing here is to take this Week 9 game against Liam, Unlawful Exile and West Shan United. His links down in the description below. We were both struggling at this point. We both desperately needed a win. If I lost this game, it was basically game over for me in D1. I would have to win out and everyone above me would have to lose the rest of their games by quite a substantial amount for me to even make the playoff game. So this was a super important game for me and equally for Liam, because it would get him that one step closer to guaranteeing his safety, or at least again making that playoff game. So if you want to see an in-depth team building analysis of mine, you can go into the description. Once again, you'll see the team building analysis video, see my mindset going into this game, what I thought he would bring, all the sets I brought, you know, they'll be there. But what we've essentially got is a Choppleberry Excadrill, a Smooth Rock Hippowdon physically defensive. We've got Sash Greninja with Taunt. We've got a physically defensive, I believe, Hitmontop, Subcarmine Mega-Audino, the newbie to the team, and we've got a specially offensive Assault Vest Electros. Now, Liam, he decided to bring Drapion, Curum Black, Infernape, Mega Aerodactyl, Blastoise, and Uxie. So most of the things I suspected he would bring were there. No Crocorock, which is unfortunate because something like a Scarf Tyrantrum really could have run train on his team. If every time I bring in Scarf Tyrantrum against any of his, like, sort of anything that isn't Scarfed, basically, he's forced to either sack something or make something take massive damage. So, you know, it's unfortunate that I didn't bring the the who's it, what's it? What was I literally just talking about? Tyrantrum. But on the other hand, he does not have a ground type. That means he does not have an electric immunity. And that means that hopefully with my very fast Greninja and my very bulky offensive Electros, I can pivot around quite a lot. So yeah, that is basically sort of what we're going with here. Not too much to say in the build up to this game, so without further ado, you know what, let's just get right into the battle and see exactly how things played out. So, going to be leading with my Greninja, and Liam, he's going to lead with his Uxie. This is fine, I'm going to be definitely outspeeding him, so I'm just going to go for the U-turn and gauge that he's, you know, looking to be quite physically defensive, but mixed defenses. I'm going to go into Electros, predicting his first turn Thunder Wave to try and cripple my Greninja, and that is exactly what happens. So that's good. We've managed to avoid that, and what I'm going to try and do is get this very early Volt turn combination going on that I wanted. He doesn't have an electric immunity, so he is going to go into his Drapion, and I am going to go for the Volt Switch. And the damage this does, it's looking to be Assault Vest, but I can't be sure. I can't be sure at all. I'm going to go into my my Excadrill, but I don't want him to be outspeeding me, so I'm going to switch on out. He is going to go into a very well built Blastoise with a balloon, so I can't just spam Earthquake with Excadrill. But knowing that he's going to want to go into it and not want to take a hit from Drapion, I am going to go into my Electros. So we've got that right, and he doesn't want to break the balloon just yet. So once again, Liam has to switch on out, and he's going to go into his Uxie once more. As I say, I just go for the Volt Switch, I lose nothing by it. And what we're starting to see here is me really starting to get this chip damage on the Uxie, which is going to be absolutely pivotal for the late game. So I bring in Greninja, I have literally no reason not to do this. It's basically a free U-turn on this Uxie, or initiative if he wants to switch out. So I go for it, we get him down to about 50%, with leftovers it's going to be just above that. And I'm going to go into my Electros once again, just in case he wants to go for that that Thunder Wave. He's not, he's going to make the better play. And he is going to go for his Stealth Rocks. Now I'm going to want to get rid of them as soon as possible. So again, with no reason not to, as he sets up a Reflect, nice build on his part once again, I am going to go for the Volt Switch. But I'm starting to suspect that he doesn't have any kind of stab. His last move might be Knock Off, it might be U-turn, so I'm going to go into my Hitmontop, feeling very safe doing so. And this is an opportunity to either spin, or try and get a Toxscoff onto this guy if he stays in. Now I'm going to opt for the latter. Liam, he's going to make a very offensive switch, knowing I'm not going to go for an attacking move, why would I? And he's going to go into Infinite as I drop a Toxic. I'm like, this is grand. I can take any one hit from this guy, I can get a spin off, we can start wearing him down with Toxic and try and gauge what set he is. Now he's going to go for close combat, and oh my god, he is like 17 different kinds of choice banded, and I take a quick look at my team and realise I have nothing that wants to take this hit, not even Hippowdon takes 2 of these. But, knowing that he's choice banded means that I can go into something to threaten him, and that's going to be my Greninja. Because of that last minute switch, putting a sash on last minute in the game, he's locked into close combat, he's going to go for it, and he takes it down to sash. Now, I'm EV'd to outspeed this guy, and he's going to know that. He can't stay in here, otherwise I will kill him. He needs this Infinite, and I know he can't go for Mach Punch because he's locked in. So, Liam, he's going to go into his Drapion at this point. Now, I'm going to go for the Scald, and I completely forget about Torrent, so this does more than I thought it would. So now I'm like, oh god, maybe he isn't Assault Vest. Maybe he's that set I thought he was, a bulky Scarf. So I'm going to get on out of there, I don't want to take a hit. And I'm going to go into my Hippowdon, knowing that he's going to die to Residual next turn. Liam makes his best play, his very best play is to go for knockoff here in case I do pull the switch, which is what I did. So a good play on his part, going for the knockoff gets rid of my Smooth Rock. But down he goes to the Sandstorm, so a kill for Hippowdon. Yay! Now, in comes Kieran Black, and I'm like, okay, no, I'm not about this life, this is bad. So, I'm going to make a switch here. I'm going to go into my Hitmontop. If he's physical, I get the Intimidate, but I don't think he is, and he proves himself that he is not physical. He's going to go for the Ice Beam, but at the very least, he shows he's not Life Orb, so he might be choiced. But if he is, that's not really too much of a problem. But I don't want him to be the Babiri Berry. So I'm going to go into the Itcher, take an Earth Power, he gets around my Levitate with his ability. I'm going to go for the Flash Cannon, and he shows he's not Babiri Berry. I didn't want to go into Excadrill as my win con, in case he was, he could live it and kill me. So I go into my Electros instead. Now, he is going to go for the Roost here, showing that he has that. So he's got one move left to show, I suspect it's Iron Head. I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch and get myself some initiative. Now I have 4 turns of sand or 3 turns of sand left. I'm going into Excadrill. I have no reason not to do this. He's not choiced. He certainly can't outspeed me. I mean, even if he was choiced in the sand, I'd outspeed him. And I basically get a free Iron Head off here on someone, and he's not going to want to break the balloon on Blastoise, so he is going to go into his Uxie. And I go for the Iron Head. It's not going to kill him, but he will go down to the Sandstorm after this turn. So that's his Uxie gone as well, with 5-4 up, and 2 of his bulky stuff is gone, which is great. Now, in comes the Blastoise. I can't stay in. I don't want to die, basically. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a switch into my Greninja. I'm going to sack it off. It serves no real purpose here. I can't kill the Blastoise. I can't kill the Kyurem or get any good damage on it. Aerodactyl, when it's Mega'd, will outspeed me, and he can Mach Punch with the Infinite. So I sack off my my Greninja, so that I can get my free switch into Electros. Now, I am Assault Vest. I'm very bulky set. He's going to go for Scald, it's going to do so little damage, and what I can do here is just Volt Switch on out of there, get big damage, and break his balloon, which is very useful. Now, here I could have gone into my Excadrill to Earthquake, but I don't want to free switch into the Aerodactyl, so what I'm going to do is take this opportunity to Mega Up with my Audino, really hoping that he doesn't have Toxic, because he will outspeed me. So, I'm going to Mega Up, and I'm going to click Sub. Does he have Toxic? He does not, he actually has the rest, which is very interesting. He gets himself back up to full, and Mega-Audino here is going to go for Substitute. Now, he cannot break my sub. He absolutely can't do it. So I'm completely free to set up Calm Minds here. So Liam's scrambling a bit. He is here going to go into his Aerodactyl, knowing that I can't kill him. Even if I have Thunderbolt, I can't kill him. But I'm going to set up the Calm Mind, and we're looking in a really nice position. Mega-Audino, Calm Mind up behind a sub. Now, Liam is going to be able to break my sub with Mega Aero Stone Edge. Very unfortunately, he is going to miss the first one, which is sad. It's bad for him. I'm going to go for Dazzling Gleam. It's not going to do a whole huge amount to him, which is unfortunate, but we do win this matchup. He hits the second Stone Edge, breaks my sub. I'm just going to go for a Wish here, knowing that that was coming. So what I can do here is take a hit, get back to full, and hit him again. But he is going to go for the Hone Claws. That's scary, but it's still okay, because he would have gone for Iron Head if he had it. So he's not going to be able to take us out. We're back to full with the Wish. We kill him next turn. And he's going to have to drop a Stone Edge on me and try and do as much as possible. It does less than half, which is great. If I'd have known it would do less than half, I'd have probably gone for Wish there. But as it is, I take him out with a Dazzling Gleam. Now, Liam really only has one play here. He's going to go into his Kyurem. Now, he has to have the Iron Head, but he can't kill me, and he dies to a Dazzling Gleam. So he goes for Iron Head, doesn't kill me, and we are going to flinch. Of course we do. Why would we not? After everything, of course we're going to flinch. And I was done in one turn. This is like, I'm like, we lose now. We can't win. It's over. So I go into Hippowdon and I literally just sack it to get up the sand. If I'd have been thinking, I could have sacked my Electros, but I thought I might need Electros for the Blastoise in case he has Sleep Talk. He could beat my Sand Core. So I let my Hippowdon go, and now I'm like, okay, Excadrill, it is time. Everything dies, everything except Blastoise dies to an Earthquake here, so I have no reason not to go for it. Blastoise's balloon is broken, I know it's going to be his switch in, I just need to try and do damage to it, and the Earthquake is a clean 3-hit KO, which is fine, but it's going to be touch and go as to whether we can do this. So I'm going to go for the Earthquake. Does he have the Sleep Talk? No, he doesn't. He doesn't have the Sleep Talk, and I was like, damn, I should have sacked Electros, and now I'm worried. I'm going to be able to take him out with the Earthquake, that's absolutely fine, but I only have one turn of sand left. And Liam is going to make the good play here. He's going to go into his Infernape, and he's just going to go for the Mach Punch to get the damage. I'm going to live with the Chopple Berry very nicely, and I will take him out with the Earthquake here, but because of that knockoff earlier on my Hippowdon, you'll notice the sand is going to run out this turn. So he can go into Kyurem. I'm like, please, please, please be a bulky set. Please do not outspeed me. Please be a bulky set. Of course he's not a bulky set. He's going to outspeed me. He's going to go for the Earth Power, and that is going to take out my Excadrill. And now all I have left is my Assault Vested Electros, who is at far too low a range of health to take a hit from this guy. McIce Face is going to go for the Earth Power. He is going to take out the Itcher. Down he goes, and that is going to be the game. I don't know what to say. There are a few reasons behind that behind that loss. I doubted myself with the Drapion. I suspected he would be Assault Vest, but once again I forgot to take into account Torrent. If I'd have taken into account Torrent with Greninja versus the Drapion, I would have known that he in fact was Assault Vest, but because I forgot about Torrent, it did more damage than I thought it was going to do, so I was like, okay, maybe he isn't the Assault Vest set. Maybe he's bulky, he could be a bulky Scarf, he could outspeed me. I had all these thoughts going through my head. I was like, you know what, better safe than sorry, get out of there with Greninja. And that knockoff on my Hippowdon proves to be very, very costly indeed, because as you saw at the end there, just not enough turns of sand for Excadrill to do enough damage. So that was a big moment, but I'm still going to put so much down to that flinch. Like, I forget who it was in the chat was like, it wouldn't be a game without this, because after everything that's happened this season, once again we are undone by hacks, and I'll say it every single time, I don't blame Liam. Iron Head was obviously his best move to go for. He's not going to go for Ice Beam, he's not going to go for Earth Power, of course he's going to go for as much damage as he can. But just, of course we get flinched. Why would we not get fucking flinched? And that did lose the game. He would have gone down to a Dazzling Gleam, easily. And then I could have sacked off Mega-Audino, brought in Hippowdon, let that go down, and Excadrill would have cleaned up that game. Or I could have sacked Electros and get more turns of sand, and that would have done, if he doesn't flinch me there, I win that game. The fact he flinches me means I lose. Yes, I should have sacked off Excadrill, but in that instance what happens then is I bring in Hippowdon, I go straight into Electros, to die. In comes Excadrill, and the same things happen but a turn later. So Blastoise would have gone down, but then he brings, I think, does Infernape then go down as well? I forget, but either way, it would have been sort of a case, what I think it would have come down to, would have been a case of Kyurem Black, and possibly even the Infernape depending on the sand, versus my Hippowdon in. And then I need to get it right as to when do I switch out, and he could be roosting up, and you've got all these things going on where it would have been just 50-50s every turn. Am I switching into Excadrill this turn? Does he attack? Does he roost to stall out sand? And knowing my luck, I would have lost that as well. So we lose again. Hacks plays a big part again, And again, this is part of the reason why I'm not uploading these as quickly as I should. I'm just so done with it. It's been so far out of our control, and I have not seen a run of bad luck this bad in league format ever. And I've watched a lot. I've been an analyst for a lot of leagues. I've watched a lot of league play. I've never seen this kind of run of bad luck in my entire competitive career. Career is not the right word, but you know what I mean. I've never seen this much bad luck. This is like Swaggerlith on the ladder levels of bad luck. And it's getting to me so much because we're losing these games and it's beyond our control. At least 5 games I have lost almost exclusively to hacks, or it's played such a massive part in the game that it's mattered so much. And there's nothing we can do about it. There is nothing we can do about it, and it's basically costing us the season. What it now comes down to is the fact that we have 2 games left, and like, it's possible that we can still just barely survive, but we need to win out the last 2 games, and we need Liam to lose his next 2 games, we need Paul to lose his next 2 games. It's probably not going to happen. This is basically the end. This is, if not the final nail in our coffin of D1, it's the second to last. And it doesn't get easy, because we have to win, as I say, our next 2 games to stand any chance. Our next game is against Shardy. And it's just like, come on, are you serious? And then after that it's Fufu. Although technically it's not Fufu, because he's had to step back a bit. So it's like, we don't have to play Fufu. We've got to play Lars. El Scizor. And it's just like, it's looking so unlikely that we can survive. It's looking like we're going to be rooted bottom. And we are going to be relegated. But, never say never, as the great Justin Bieber once said. Oh, can you see what this season is doing to me? I've just quoted Justin Bieber. Yeah, we're not gonna give in. We're not gonna just roll over and die. We're gonna give it our all in the next 2 games, whether it matters or not. The next game is against Shardy. It's gonna be tough. We're gonna see what we can do. So look out for that. I'm hoping to get that up really soon, like ideally, you know, tomorrow, so that we can get this accursed season out of the way before Sun and Moon drops in Europe, because it's already dropped in America, because fuck those guys in particular. Yeah, we lose again. Hacks plays a big part. I don't blame Liam, but it happened. Speaking of, you know, his link's in the description. Do go and check him out. He's a very good friend of mine. And, you know, he's Unlawful Exile. He's an institution in himself. So, check him out. You should already have done so. You should be already subscribed to him. If you're watching this, you should be subscribed to him. Go, do that now if you're not. Bad person not subscribed to Liam. But yes, that's going to wrap things up. I've rambled on for far too long. So, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed. And I guess with that, I will see you next time. Laters.